In an era marked by constant distractions, stress, and uncertainty, anxiety has become one of the humanity's greatest challenges. Yoga offers a timeless solution by harmonizing the body, mind, and spirit through conscious breathing, mindfulness, meditation, and awareness. Yoga helps calm the nervous system, reduce mental turbulence, and cultivate inner peace. Ancient yogic wisdom teaches that true freedom arises not from controlling the world around us, but the mastering the world within. Can yoga be the antidote to modern anxiety? This question invites us to explore its transformative power. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a panel discussion on the topic: can yoga defeat the age of anxiety? In the panel, I welcome our next panelist, Mr. Mubirkhoni Muminpur. He got his bachelor's degree in foreign language from the Tajik National University, specializing in Hindi and English. For more than 5 years, he is working as a deputy head of the Excursion and Mass Communication Department of National Museum in Tajikistan. The excursion group comprises of 2 presidents, 1 prime minister, the head of parliaments, general of army, and lots of high-level delegations from around the world. From 2015-16, he have been in India. He studied Hindi language proficiency in Kendriya Hindi Sansthan, Agra, Uttar Pradesh. He also studied Aryan culture, ancient civilization, and intercultural relationship. From 2017, he is working at the National Museum of Tajikistan as an Hindi-English speaking guide. As an Indiologist in the museum, he researched on ancient civilizations deeper. In 2018, he wrote an article after a long time researching on Hinduism in ancient Penjikent, which is from the proven artifacts of the museum. Our next panelist, whose Buddhist name is Tejawaro, Malaysian by origin of Indian heritage. He started learning Buddhism at 7 years of age in 1991. At 15 years of age, he becomes Srimanara in Malaysia. He became a bhikshu in Thailand when he was 20 years of age. In 1997, he went to Taiwan to learn Mahayana Buddhism and studied Chinese at National Sun Yat-sen University. He completed his bachelor's degree in anthropology at Marylhurst University, USA in 2008. He holds a master's degree in yoga from Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya in Haridwar, India. Most recently, he completed his PhD in yoga and the Buddhist tradition in 2017 at Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, India. Currently, he is preparing for the postdoctoral program at National Cheng Kung University, Tainan, Taiwan. In addition, he gives lectures on Ayurveda and yoga at National Sun Yat-sen University and also serves as vice abbot for the Golden Mountain Temple. Our next panelist is Ms. Jamilya ji from Almaty, Kazakhstan. She is a mother of 3 children and one more beautiful soul will be soon added in her family. She is practicing yoga since 15 years. She attended her first yoga class when her bank owner invited yogi from India's ashram. Her first yoga teacher, Sandeep ji, is still the person who is helping her stay in touch with yoga knowledge and yoga lifestyle. She participated in yoga course when her first guru opened first branch of yoga in Kazakhstan. Since 2014, she is teaching Hatha Yoga. She has completed yoga psychology course in ashram. In 2019, she attended the international conference about family system and role of mother, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, in India, which started as a trip for 4 Indian mothers and continued as global mother team of different countries. It is a great honor and pleasure to welcome Dr. Shivam Mishra, an internationally acclaimed yoga educator, researcher, author, motivational speaker, and visionary leader in the field of holistic wellness. Originally from the sacred city of Varanasi, India, and currently based in Da Nang, Vietnam, he serves as the founder of SKM Yoga International India and Dubai, director of 300+ Center Group Yoga Song Khoi in Vietnam, and Vice President of GLG Yoga School, Vietnam. Holding a PhD and MA in Yoga, Along with MBA and MA in political science, Dr. Mishra exemplifies remarkable academic excellence and multidisciplinary expertise. Over the years, he has trained and mentored more than 1 lakh yoga teachers worldwide, making an extraordinary contribution to global yoga education. A renowned author, YouTube podcaster, a keynote speaker, he continues to inspire audience through conferences, workshops, and educational programs. His personality reflects wisdom, dynamism, dedication, humility, and visionary leadership, beautifully bridging ancient yogic traditions with modern lifestyles to promote health, harmony, and higher consciousness across the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Shivam Mishra. We are honored to welcome and introduce Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, an internationally recognized scholar, writer, and management consultant with an extraordinary commitment to global well-being. Nominated by Civil 20 under G20 as the international coordinator for the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam initiative, he has addressed the United Nations headquarters in Geneva on the International Day of Conscience. In June 2023, he served as the global convener for the World Yoga Summit in Germany and is also the international coordinator for ICCR-nominated Global Conference on the Holistic Yoga Beyond Physiology 2023. He is one of the most sought-after speakers across India. His work has impacted over 3 lakh beneficiaries across 120 countries, including cabinet ministers, bureaucrats, defense, corporate professionals. He convenes United Consciousness Global, aiming to develop the world's first integrated manual for humanity, leads Project Self USA to promote scientific aspects of ancient Indian philosophy, sits on the board of European Yoga Federation in Italy, and oversees the spiritual healing in Africa through the Spiritual Council. He additionally founded, with an academic background spanning business management, journalism, public administration, philosophy, and yoga. Dr. Tomar's prolific writing, including Rule the World as Krishna Did, continue to inspire countless individuals worldwide. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar.
Perfect. So good to see such esteemed and distinguished experts from different parts of the world. God willing, Mubirkhoni ji will also be joining us. He's facing some tech issues. We welcome Acharya Shivam Mishra ji from Vietnam. Most welcome, Acharya ji. We welcome Jamilya ji from Tajikistan. Most welcome, Jamilya ji. And we welcome Dr. Tejawaro ji from Taiwan. Dr. Tejawaro, your camera is off. If you can switch on the camera, and then we can enter into this wonderful discussion. Dear friends and audience who are and will be watching us from different parts of the world, we are going to have a discussion on a very important, significant topic for the people across the planet: anxiety. Anxiety is the pandemic which is happening across the planet today. Rarely you will find a person who has not felt anxiety in last 30 days. You may find some people who might have felt anxious in last week also. And you might get some people who might be feeling anxious right now even. So anxiety has become a phenomenon. And WHO has also declared that workplace anxiety is a phenomenon now. So how to deal with it? Do we have a choice in such situations? Do we have a choice? Students and different experts will be watching us from different parts of the world. You can write your questions if you are watching from YouTube, if you're watching from Facebook, if you're watching from any media across the planet. You can write in that medium and our team will pick your questions and provide it to us. Some questions already are there with me. So let's begin with, as they say, first things first. So I'll go to Dr. Tejawaro ji. Why do you think anxiety is rising across the planet? despite of greater comfort, technology. Now, technically, we are more physically comfortable than ever before. I'm sitting in an air-conditioned room. Students are sitting on comfortable chairs. Comfort has increased, but why this mental comfort is decreasing? Over to you. For all the audience, every expert will answer every question in 2 minutes maximum time, so that it will be very brief for your understanding, and we'll have a couple of rounds of different questions. Over to you, Dr. Tejawaro.
Thank you, Mr. Vikrant Singh, Tomar. Even though we have improved technologically, but our cravings and our desire has increased too much, and lots of desires we can't fulfill, and the anxious and anxiety arises because too much of information. Those days, without the internet, without the computer, we can see only the local news. But now, in your hand, on your palm, you have a mobile, and you can see the whole world news. It's not everywhere. It's a peaceful place, and it directly affects your mind. So the information, lots of information, and we have a very less knowledge about dharma, about life, a meaning of life. So anxious becomes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. 3 important points Dr. Tejawaro clearly said. That he said resources are divided by desires. More resources, but desires are much more exploding. Second, he said information explosion. And third, he said lack of knowledge about dharma and the science of life. That's wonderful. Let me ask the same question from Jamilya ji also. Jamilya ji, technologically we are growing. There is more comfort than ever before, but less peace than ever before. What do you find as a reason? Till Jamilya ji answer the same question to you, Acharya Mishra ji.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. However, I'd like to pray my Guru first, and as per his speakings, I would like to quote something that he usually say that when we jump towards comparison, comparison creates competition, and competition uncertainly build an anxious mind. As per anatomy, if you jump towards anatomy, you will see there is a amygdala in your brain which actually process each and everything whatever happening in front of your indriya. What is now indriya? Indriya is something that you are getting like from sensory organs, inputs from various variables. So when you are starting comparing yourself with other person in like technological way, suppose for example you are using ChatGPT and you are using Claude, both at the same time, if you are not getting appropriate answer from Claude and you're not getting appropriate answer from ChatGPT, so it your brain will instantly start sending some anxious interventions in your brain. At the time, what my guru says that whenever we start comparison, it's undoubtedly it create competition. So two things are very important, which you and all of your audience must have to understand, that inner stability is very much important. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell that in Bhagavad Gita in 6th oblique 34, Sri Krishna says that chanchalam hi manah krishnam pramati balvadranam tasyaham nigraham manne vahayoriva sudushkaram. That means the anxiety connections is all about like how you are controlling your stimuli, your brain towards thing whatever you want to compare with. So comparison, you need to leave it out. And as Dr. Tejawaro says, that dharma is also very important. When you understand that there was a Marathi writer, his name I'm forgetting his name. He's very famous about dharma. He says that whenever you start, understanding your karmas, become automatically your dharma. And when you understand your dharma, you will automatically stop comparison and competitions, and that will lead you towards less anxiety. So amygdala will get a proper understanding of situations. That's what I understand. That's very much.
So one more dimension is being added to the discussion Mishraji mentioned. Whatever we receive from the five senses, and maybe sixth sense if you say mind too, then that reception may lead to at times comparison. Comparison leads to competition, and competition, comparison, along with lots of desires, information explosion, lack of knowledge about life, creates amygdala activated. And when amygdala activated, emotional hijack takes place and we lose our stability. Thank you for taking us towards the anatomy of anxiety also, Mishraji. That's wonderfully mentioned. And he also mentioned that when you know your karma right, as they say, swadharma, you go towards dharma. Thank you very much. That's wonderfully said, both of the masters. I think other masters are facing some tech issues. We will be dealing with that, and these tech issues otherwise also creates anxiety. So and when the time is passing by, then it leads to anxiety, and that can very well be understood. So how does yoga address the root cause of anxiety? Like you mentioned, some root cause: desire, comparison, sense exposure, root causes of anxiety, or lack of understanding about dharma or swadharma. How does yoga address the root cause of anxiety, not only the symptoms? Because if I'm sweating, feeling anxious, it's a symptom. Over to you, Dr. Tejawaro.
Thank you, sir. So the root cause is definitely is about avidya, ignorance, because we don't know. The answer is we don't know, we don't understand, and we don't want to know, and some people are not able to know, and which is we call avidya, you know, and sometimes we have misunderstand and we misidentify, misheard, misunderstood. So that makes lots of issues, root cause, and definitely it's attachment. And when we have attachment, when we start to lose and we don't have security, the mind feels insecure, and definitely because of impermanence, and we want to hold the pleasure senses for a long time, and it's hard, definitely it's going to lose. And because of we have certain behavior which we like and we don't like, which is doesha, and when it comes to us, when we don't like, so it makes lots of discomfort, and that is another big root cause.
Perfect. So root cause, as mentioned, is avidya, which leads to insecurity, and seek pleasure in senses, because we have avidya, seek pleasure only through senses. Perfect. So we got our expert Jamilya ji also joined us. Jamilya ji, the question in hand is that we are physically more comfortable, but now mentally less comfortable, more anxiety than ever before. What do you think is the cause of it? Jamilya ji, if you could listen us, yes. Go ahead. Your voice is not reaching, Jamilya ji. Now it is relatively better. Till she joins us back. Yes, Mishra ji, your take on that. If avidya is the root cause, avidya means he defined avidya three ways. We don't know, we don't want to know, and for some people, they are unable to know. They misunderstand it. So these are the causes of anxiety, having not the right knowledge. What do you think is the root cause, and how yoga addresses the cause? How yoga addresses the root cause?
So, as Dr. Tejawaro talk about avidya, in yoga, well said by Maharshi Patanjali, avidya, asmita, ragadvesha, abhinivesha. So he also, put his fingers towards avidya. But as per another shlokas about avidya, we learn that andha tamah pravishanti ye vidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yahu vidyaharata. That means who pursue avidya, ignorance, like materialistic knowledge is also kind of avidya, like ignorance is also just cause of avidya. So they basically enter into blinding darkness. But those who are
I'll stop you in between, Acharya ji. Just wanted to request, can you clarify when we say we don't know? So many people who are not exposed to even Vedanta, what is it that we don't know?
right. So Vidya is in a very very simple term. If we say according to Bhagavad Gita, you see in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna very clearly put his fingers towards Avidya. That says he says that if you really need sukha, kutah sukham, santi shantasya kutah sukham. If you are seeking for any kind of happiness, any kind of acceptance from this materialistic world, so that leads you towards avidya. Entire shlokas is that nasti buddhi yuktasya cha yuktasya bhavana. That means you are neither using your brain, stimuli of your brain, and you are jumping towards something which is actually materialistic. According to Vedanta, as you told that in Vedantic philosophy also, people shivoham. Shankaracharya says that shivoham, right? I am who I am nothing. Satyoham, shivoham, aham brahmasmi, etatmana brahma, as you was also speaking just a few minutes back. So what I want to tell, as per my understanding about avidya, that if you really focus on your own existence, your existence is quite important, right? And if you jump towards yogic philosophy, so there was a very famous shloka in Gita again, that abhyasen tu kaunteya vairagyer cha grihate. Krishna says that if you can control your mind, if you start practice detachments, that leads you towards vidya, right? That leads you towards
I think at his place, internet has some concern, seems. Jamilya ji, Shivam ji, yes. We lost you in between. Yes. Jamilya ji, would you
yeah.
like to speak? Yes.
So sorry. So I was saying.
So the discussion was going in this direction that focus on our true existence is needed to deal with this anxiety. What are the practical tips which anybody who is at all not exposed to Vedanta or yoga can start doing,
Right.
Tejawaro ji? Uh, some practical tips which you think has worked for you.
Definitely, sir. I would say that first pranayama, which observe your breath.
Okay.
So once you observe your breath, the mind come down immediately and instantly, and you can feel by yourself, which is we have to have a deep breath. It's not only shallow breath. So just stop down, because our mind made the software, it works busy, it just makes us busy all the time. Once you take a deep breath, sit, calm down in any position, and just take a deep breath, and you can see your mind calms down immediately, and then you can think clearly. So pranayama is the best technique at any time.
Right.
Perfect. Uh, Any special type of pranayama or just observation of breath?
I would say a simple pranayama is just take a deep breath and then exhale, inhale and exhale. It's a simple way. If we want to know a little bit more, and then we can have a specific pranayama is according to everyone. I would say it's simple. Just observe the breath.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything that you would like to add to the list, Acharyaji?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to tell that as per yoga therapy, if you really want to work on anxiety, so you need to decrease the blood flow of your or prana flow of your right area. So you need to do some calming pranayama, that is like Chandra Bhedi kind of pranayama. Although if you're like Dr. Tejawaro was telling, so you can do alternate breathing, right? Just inhale from one nostril, hold for a few seconds, then exhale from another nostril. Once you will start focusing on your air pattern, that will leads entire pranayama in your control. That means you are the owner of your prana. Now, what is prana? Prana is something, the vital forces in your body. Now, which kind of vital forces? Prana, Apana, Samana, Vyana, Udana, Nag, Kurma, Krikala, Devdat, and Dhananjaya. So all prana you can accumulate and you can control over. Although yoga is saying that chale vati chale chittam nishkalam chale bhavet. That means if air is running, so your brain will start running. If you can control your brain, then automatically, if you control your air, then automatically you can control your brain. Samatvam yoga uchyate. In Gita also, Sri Krishna so says that siddha siddhiyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. That means you have to bring yourself in the middle path. Now, what is middle path? Of your each thinking, neither in positivity nor in negativity. You have to bring yourself in the middle path. Make sure, my dear friends, I want to tell everyone who is watching on YouTube that there is neither light is the truth, neither darkness is the truth. What is truth? The either dualism or in between. If you are putting yourself in between, that is the practical aspect of yoga. So what I would like to suggest, that keep doing alternate breathing, that is called Nadi Shodhan, alias we can say Anulom Vilom Chu. Other than this, we can do Chandra Bhedi Pranayam, breathing from left nostril, holding for some seconds, then exhaling from left nostril, holding for some seconds. That are the best way. And the second thing, if you are really very anxious, then do Brahmari too. Just close your ears, put your fingers here, or anywhere on your forehead. Just start like humming sound, like Brahmara. So Brahmara is called Brahmari, right? So these are the practical aspect what I can tell you.
Thank you, Acharyaji. One thing Acharyaji said, Tejawaro, that samatvam yogi uchyate, go to the golden mean. But how can we go to the golden mean if somebody is insulting me, somebody is speaking something which is I'm not comfortable with, somebody is behaving not appropriately? It becomes very difficult for me to take care of the anxiety and to be in between, not getting disturbed.
Because whatever words comes through people's mouth, it doesn't mean everything is applicable for yourself. I can say anything about you. So this is where the understanding comes. This is just a word, and if that word can become your mantra, and your life will be dark. So I would say, and whenever I have a very good example, and when I scold my student because he didn't do a proper work, and then he said to me one beautiful word, "Thank you, Guruji, for blessing me," and my intention, I just want to make him aware. So I scold him, and he said, "Thank you for your blessings." So whenever people say negative words to us, as we transmit the thoughts into positive, thank you for your blessings. I know that I'm not enlightened, and I'm not full, and I don't know many things. So I will learn from my mistakes.
You mentioned that when people say something, they can say whatever they want to say, but don't make it your mantra. Don't
Yes,
let those things define you, uh,
exactly.
whatever they are saying. And he said that even if people are scolding, you may think as blessings.
Right.
So, as I read somewhere, that Vedana, which is suffering, when processed well, becomes Veda, a wisdom. So I understand that. Thank you very much for adding this to the discussion. Uh, at times, if it is not somebody saying something, Acharyaji, at times even I overthink and it creates anxiety. And many times I found that nothing was there, but at that moment I kept on thinking. And for me, even I'm like some people say, I'm sick of my own mind. It thinks so much. So that also leads to anxiety. I think many of the audience going through it, overthinking. How to deal with that? Any reflections?
So you need to just follow Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, second lesson, 14th shloka. Lord Krishna says very clearly, especially for you, he says that matra astu kaunteya, toshna sukha dukkada, agama apyayino nityastyat chisvaha bharatah. That means pleasure and pain, praise and criticism, comfort and discomfort come and go. They are temporary. Learn to endure them with patience. Now, if you turn the same thing in yoga, you will see what Patanjali says. Patanjali says that Matri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukha Punya Punya Vishyanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. That means you just need to focus on your chitta. Now, I want to give you a very sophisticated example which I usually give to each of my students. See who you are. You are mana, you are buddhi, you are atma, your ego, ahankar, as Sankhya Darshan is also highlighting, mana or chitta. So, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, and atma. There are five elements, and each of five elements are working simultaneously, right? Sometimes, suppose I am praising you, Dr. Tomar, you are doing a fantastic job. At that time, you are thinking, oh my God, it's sitting in your chitta, right? Sometimes, if I am start talking about you in negative manner, right? Right. So at the same time, what I want to tell, suppose when you got very cold water, when you come from sunlight, you got cold water, you just drink it. Your atma got satisfied or atma tripti ho gayi, right? So sometime your mana tripti, sometime your chitta tripti, sometime your ahankara tripti, sometime your manas tripti. So at the same time, there are five Tomar. Mr. Tomar is talking to me, right? Now, once you understood that which Tomar is leading today's Tomar, that leads Mr. Tomar, right? And each of everyone, like whoever is hearing this talk, I'd like to tell you that identify yourself. Once you identify yourself, then you'll better understand what Lord Patanjali says. He usually says that Maitri, cultivate your friendness, a friendship towards the happy, compassion towards the suffering, fire, towards the virtues, and towards the unwise. Right? It's all once you understood, it will create peace of mind. So that are the best way what to accept and what to leave.
So one fine point Acharyaji mentioned that if you are going through overthinking, endurance is one of the method.
Endurance, yeah.
Angela Duckworth from Harvard also mentions grit or endurance. It's not the talent that makes you a champion, it's the endurance. When the rubber hits the road, it's the endurance that makes you the champion. So one point you mentioned is endurance. And second, he says, yes, lot many things are happening inside you. We are the mixture of opposites. Some thoughts, some feelings, some emotions, some memories. But who leads everything? He says, let the Atma lead. And when Atma leads, then we work for a higher purpose of life. And when the purpose of life is higher, automatically Man Buddhi follows it. And when we don't have any purpose of life, they go haywire. So one of the strong methods he also recommended is let the Atma lead, have a purpose of life which is driving us in that. Thank you very much, Achar Mishra ji. But one more thing happens, like we discussed about somebody saying something. Then Tejawaro ji said that let them not define you. We discussed about I think so much. Then we understood that, okay, fine, let your Atma, let your purpose of life define you. Understood? But what if nobody is there? There is a situation and I'm feeling anxious. I'm stuck in traffic jam. I invested in share market and they started falling down. I can't find any person troubling me, nor myself. Stuck. My promotions are not happening in time. The country, somebody may think that I'm living in economy is not doing well. So there is no person, but still the situations are making me anxious. How to deal with that? Because anxiety comes with the situations too.
It's my
Tejawaro ji. Tejawaro, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So again, it comes to our life purpose, because nowadays we are only surviving. So the share markets or any issues, job issues, whatever issues we have, we will have things, we will have a meal and things will change, because this is anitya, right? Everything is anitya, everything changes. So the things, share markets goes down, and then once you understand this is anitya, and then it will comes up again. So again, I would say the basic knowledge or dharma, once you understand what is the purpose of life, and it will answer so many questions. And when the anxiety comes at that moment, again, take a deep breath. Things will change, be in the present moment, and future become just because of our present moment. Present moment decides our future.
Beautifully mentioned. Thank you very much, Dr. Tejawaro. He said, see, the thought itself is wrong, that things will remain permanent. Everything will change. And as he also said, that it is not needed that everything will happen your way. Things never happens your way all the time at all the places. Thing will happen their own way. So in a way, he is teaching us acceptance. Accept that change. So that's amazing way of putting it from Dr. Tejawaro, that understanding that things will change for sure. But Acharya Shivam, why it happens that things happen the other way I wanted them to happen? I'm stuck in a traffic jam and another lane is going faster. The moment I go to that lane, then another lane starts going faster. So why another lane goes faster? I know you talked about comparison, but somehow it comes like, and then it leads to anxiety. I'm also equally talented. Why I'm not getting that much scope and breaks with like another people? So some other lane is going faster. So it's not that somebody is conspiring against me, but I am the victim. If I feel like this, it creates anxiety.
I would like to add some values in your words. According to your values and ethics, Karna, the great fighter of Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, he must be most anxious than you, right? Although he was more talented, more capable, and other than Karna, if you see some more fighters of Mahabharata Yuddha, you will see each and everyone was capable enough, but they all was waiting for time. And Krishna says that yogastha kuru karmani sangitatya dhananjaya. He also says karmanyeva adhikarastu. That means focus on actions. Now, one thing what I understood according to my philosophy, if you dive deeper in the concept of negativity versus positivity, you will see that you need to light your room by a specific bulb, right? The darkness is extreme true and absolute. It will come automatically. There is no bulb you put in your room to bring darkness. So darkness is pathetic and very absolute truth. You need to understand about it. So once you understand that, even though to enlight this earth, you need a sun, but sun also have a specific age, 4.5 billion years. After that, who will come? The black hole. The earth will also become black hole. That means absolute darkness. What I want to tell, that negativity comes without any source, and actually that is permanent, existed in the society. So now the thing is, why you are getting anxious during traffic jam? It's not because of the traffic jam, it's because of your brain, because it is which accumulating continuously, slowly set of thoughts. And when you see traffic jam, you get initially very anger, you got very anger issues at that time, and you start putting your hands on the steering and shouting. Although after jam, you will shout on your office mans and everyone that you are late, although you are late, you are negative, and your negativity comes along with a lot of sets of thoughts. So when you put one light, like red, like green, like yellow, like all the colors one you will mix, it will become black, and that is called the darkness. So it's not an anxiety. It's like in Hindi we usually says that aap vyast nahi hai, aap ast vyast hai. You're not busy. You're not busy, you are just messy, right? So that means the anxiety, the root cause of the anxiety is you and your lifestyle. You need to focus on your lifestyle first. What brings you towards negativity? Make sure, the last word I want to tell, that take 2 liters of water, first from Ganges, right, and the second from any bad water, okay, dirty water. Put all Ganga water in that dirty water, it will not become Ganga water, it will become dirty water. Although you just take one sip of dirty water and put in entire Ganga water will become dirty water. So positivity needs a lot of efforts. Negativity is automatically inherent, right? So you need to understand about it. And anxiety is just same thing which comes in everyone's life.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our wonderful experts from different parts of the world. We couldn't be blessed with presence of the two masters, tech issues, and that might have caused anxiety to my tech team at least, because they were trying to fix it. Nevertheless, we listen from them somewhere else during this program. Can yoga defeat the age of anxiety? Anxiety has become the new pandemic. And 3 types of anxiety we discussed today. Anxiety of me versus others, Adhi Bhautik. Anxiety of me versus nature or situations, Adhi Devik. Anxiety of me versus myself as overthinking, Adhi Atmik. So 3 types of anxiety we discussed, friends. And Dr. Tejawaro mentioned that anxiety causes when your resources are divided by your desires. You will remain poor throughout the life if your desires are increasing more than the resources are increasing. So that poverty can never be eliminated. He also mentioned that second point is just get exposed to the relevant information. The more information exposure you'll expose yourself to, it will create more anxiety, more unnecessary knowledge. Swami Vivekananda was once asked what is your message to the age? He said, keep the mess out of the age is my message. So he said, keep the mess information out. He also said that know about dharma. We learn about livelihood, but it is the time we should learn about life also. And along with that, Dr. Mishra ji mentioned about focus on your 5 senses. What are they exposed to? Because whatever you will take as inputs will become the source of your comparison, involuntarily leads to competition. That competition will instigate your amygdala, the animal brain, and it will foster negativity. And that's why it will remove stability. And Gita says, he said, stability is must. So how to achieve that? We enter into the second cause of it. Dr. Tejawaro mentioned that know that the avidya is the root cause. Ignorance about what? So he said, Shivamji said about your true nature, that you are complete, you are self-reliant. Swami Vivekananda mentioned, Nastika is one who doesn't believe in himself. So Dr. Tejawaro mentioned that why we don't know? Because some people don't know, some don't want to know, and some are unable to know. And that's why it leads to insecurities. And we feel that pleasure comes from the senses only, or it is the major source of senses. So what to do? Acharya Shivam said, focus on your existence. How to deal with this anxiety? Lots of inputs came. First, and very interesting inputs came from our masters. First is pranayama. Observe the breath. Simple breath observation. Whenever you feel anxious, start observing the breath. Second, Chandra Bhedi pranayama. Let your left nostril initiate the breathing. Breathe in with it. It will revitalize you. Left nostril in. Brahmari and like create a Brahmar like sound he mentioned. Then Nadi Shodhan also he mentioned. He also mentioned that along with these pranayamas, Dr. Tejawaro said, let people don't define who you are. Let their words not become your mantra. Process those scoldings and that will become blessings. Vedana will lead to Veda. And then what should we know always? Remember that the change is eternal nature. Things will change. Even if they are favorable, they will change. If they are not favorable, they will change. And if that change may not happen always your way. So acceptance, you cannot control everything. So there will be uncontrollables. So acceptance, he suggested. And then what to do with the controllables? Uncontrollables, he said, acceptance. For controllables, Acharya ji said, samatvam yoguchyate. To stop overthinking, endurance. Endurance is something which is in your control. Grit. Bhagavad Gita 2.14, he suggested. He also said that these four senses and mind, let them not drive you. Let your Atma drive you through a greater purpose of life. You are not Vyasta, actually you are Asta Vyasta, he said. And then he mentioned Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Focus on action, do the needful, control the controllables. As Dhoni always said, focus on the process. He said, if you will not put deliberate efforts towards it, then negativity will overcome, because if you put dirt into Ganga, Ganga water becomes dirty. So assured that to remove mess out of the age, he said traffic jam is not in traffic, it is in your mind. So jam happens here. I'm sure, dear friends, the advices given by our masters will certainly help you to deal with anxiety little bit better way. Follow us for more. Would like to thank Dr. Tejawaro for your time. Dr. Shivam Mishra ji, Acharya Shivam Mishra ji, for your time. Mubirkhoni ji could not join us. We would like to thank him also for all the efforts he has put in. And Jamilya ji also for all the efforts she has put in. We certainly will listen back from them after some time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for hosting such a wonderful podcast, Eva.
Yes, sir.